Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here once again. We are going to be talking about Mr. Rekkles. He is perhaps going to be the biggest player in the West on the market in this next offseason. Again, we don't know if he is for sure going to be on the market. Nothing is confirmed at this time, but there is more and more rumors swirling around that G2 could potentially be looking to sell off their new 80 carry. He still has 2 years left on his deal. He is a massive brand, a massive personality. He has a massive following. He is a ton of new fans, new sponsorships, new money, new eyeballs that you would instantly have on your team and your brand. And that's just talking about what he does off the Rift. On the Rift, he is still a pretty damn good 80 carry as well. So G2 and Mr. Carlos are definitely going to get some interesting and some massive offers for Rekkles this offseason. Yes, they always could still keep him, but there is going to definitely be a ton of different options in this video today. We're going to be running through another one that we haven't talked about yet so far on this channel. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. As of the time of recording this video, I'm sitting at 7,999 subscribers. It would be awesome if, by the time this gets going a little bit, if we're at 8,000, that would be great. The goal for the end of the year is 10,000, but again, to get to 10, you got to get to 8 first. And consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm. Just recorded a new podcast episode earlier today, and that is live on Patreon now. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, Rekkles. The first question is whether or not he's even going to leave G2, whether he's going to be sold off, whether he wants to leave, whether G2 wants him to leave, whether it's mutual. But, we're going to be operating under the assumption that he's going to be sold off. There's a ton of reasons why they should keep him. There's a ton of reasons why they should sell him. I've already made a video. We've already talked about all that. But say they do sell him. Applehead is still saying he thinks the most likely landing spot is TSM, and Cobalt has said that too. There's a lot of people saying this. TSM has extra money. Rekkles, could go to North America, which isn't too different than Europe. They still speak English. TSM's a massive brand. Rekkles is a massive brand. They could make a ton of money, and TSM would be a pretty damn good team. People like to work with Bjergsen. That is still there. Some people are still saying he's going to stay with G2. Some people are saying maybe Rekkles will go to Vitality. Maybe Rekkles, Wonder, and Grabs will all go to Vitality. Maybe, Vitality will make a big splash and get a package of players. And there's that. There are options in Europe. There's other options in North America. There's going to be a ton of people interested. But the one we're talking about today comes from a Twitter thread. This is kind of where this sparked from, but there's a lot of people talking about this as a potential landing spot as well, and even maybe a likely landing spot. This is Rekkles potentially going to the LPL. So Wooloo tweeted out, Rekkles leaving G2 is indeed a possibility being discussed, but nothing has been decided yet. Far from it. He's not the only player possibly leaving. So again, not saying Rekkles is gone, not saying they're going to kick him, not saying that they're going to sell him, but it is being discussed. It is an option. G2 is considering it. Carlos is considering it. At the least, they're going to be willing to take offers for him. They're going to hear offers from other teams and players and kind of see what they can do. The interesting thing here is that Ninjas in Pajamas responded nice to Wooloo's tweet. And a lot of people don't even know that Ninjas in Pajamas, like what this has to do with anything. People know Ninjas in Pajamas as a historic organization. Obviously, they used to be in the EULCS. I believe they were in the EULCS when it was called that. They've been like a big CSGO organization. They've been a big organization in Europe for a while. But they're actually in the LPL now. They actually bought an LPL slot. I believe they bought the team that finished dead last in the LPL this last year. So they are going to have a slot in the LPL, but they're going to need to do a lot of rebuilding. They're going to need to really build up their fan base, build up their brand, land an identity out in China, land an identity out in the LPL, and then slowly start moving up the rankings. And there's been rumors of maybe Ninjas in Pajamas will go after Spica, because Spica has shown some interest in moving over to China. But now the rumors are swirling around Rekkles potentially going to Ninjas in Pajamas. And not only is this, one of Europe's most historic and beloved organizations and one of Europe's most historic and beloved players in Rekkles potentially teaming up. The interesting part here is that Ninjas in Pajamas, I think you guys can see it on the side here. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. You see the Swedish flag. Ninjas in Pajamas is an organization based out of Sweden. And Mr. Rekkles here, Martin Larsson, is based out of Sweden as well. So, would this be interesting for him? A chance to play for his hometown team, his hometown organization, a chance to really be the first major Western player to make a move over to China, make a move over to the LPL, to be a superstar in the West, and then see what happens out in China. It's a big risk. If he goes and has success over in Europe, it'll be like groundbreaking. It could really pave the way for more people trying it. It could pave the way for European and LCS players getting big money offers from some of these Chinese teams, and be able to get some of this money. It would really grow the fan base. European audiences and viewers would tune into the LPL more. It could help grow the LPL. It could help grow all of League of Legends, as in they find out more about that. Maybe Chinese viewers are interested in more, scouting European talent and watching some more of the LEC. It would be crazy. But if Rekkles goes over to the LPL and sucks, or doesn't have results, or is inconsistent, or struggles, then it could be, just Chinese fans and teams and everything saying, yeah, we're just, we're better than the LEC. We're not even going to look at any of their players. We're not interested in them. Because historically, a lot of players have had opportunities of going over to China, going over to Korea. We know guys like Perks, Bjergsen, Doublelift. These guys have gotten offers, but no one has actually yet taken the plunge and actually went over to a Korea or went over to a China. And it would be difficult. The lifestyle is way different. The new country, you don't know anyone. You don't speak the language. It would be tough, but Rekkles is a global player. He is a global brand. People over in China, people over in Korea know about Rekkles. They like Rekkles. He's very popular. He is, a superstar player. People know about him, and I think overall people would be pretty happy to have Rekkles on their roster. Now, obviously, again, with Ninjas in Pajamas buying the last place team in the LPL, it's not like I would expect their team to be any good anytime soon. They would probably be able to offer Rekkles a decent amount of money, and then have the bonus perks of being an LPL team, getting to live in China, getting to play for his hometown team. But it would probably be a tough sell because, again, we know Rekkles likes winning. We know he wants to be making it to international tournaments. We know he wants to be competing for world titles. And I don't think Ninjas in Pajamas is going to be finishing top 4 in the LPL anytime soon. So I think that would, he would kind of have to put that all past him. So it would be a tough sell. But this would be an interesting idea to pitch to Rekkles, to pitch to Carlos. And I wonder how much they would actually consider it. Again, these rumors are swirling around. People are talking about this behind the scenes. And yes, while this Ninjas in Pajamas tweet is just a meme, they are just kind of joking. This is Fosty that runs this account. He's just trying to, farm Twitter interactions and stuff. I think there could be more to it than that, because in every good joke, there's at least a little bit of truth. I do think it's interesting. Do I think it's more likely than him staying in G2 or going to TSM or going to Vitality? No, but there is part of me that wishes Rekkles would go over to China, wishes that a Rekkles, a Doublelift, a Bjergsen, a Perks, one of the top players in the West, would go over to China, because I'm so curious to see how it would go, how good they would do, how popular they would be, how much they would be embraced over there, and just what kind of success or lack thereof they would be able to find, because I think right now that's a big question mark in kind of the global history of League of Legends, is how, we've seen Eastern players come to the West, but we haven't seen the top Western players go over there. So it would be interesting. Again, I don't think it's going to happen, and I really don't hope it happens. I want Rekkles to come to TSM, but Rekkles to Ninjas in Pajamas is definitely a move to keep on your radar and to keep in the back of your mind headed into this offseason. Maybe it's a likely move, maybe it's a possible move, maybe it's an unlikely move, but it's somewhere on the spectrum. Definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy this video. Pretty much it for this one today. Leave a comment down below. Where do you think Rekkles is going to end up in 2022? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Maybe you can even be that 8,000th subscriber. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.